Hello, my name is Jack OSR, and today I'm going to showcase a marathon submission for Hero Any Percent in Shadow the Hedgehog. Now, if you don't know how Shadow the Hedgehog works, there are 10 different possible pathways, and the goal of Hero Any Percent is to get to the hero pathway as fast as possible by any means necessary, as long as it's within the confines of the game itself. This first level is Westopolis, which is the first level in any Shadow the Hedgehog speedrun, and it tends to be a pretty big reset point in this game in general. Hi Sonic. So Sonic here is the partner for the hero mission, which is to kill all 45 black aliens in the stage. We're not going to do that. We're going to go for the neutral mission, which is a simple get to the goal ring kind of mission. Though in contrast, we have Doom's Eye over here, who's the dark mission partner, and the dark mission is to kill all 35 gun soldiers in the stage. We're not going to do that. There's not even much benefit to killing gun soldiers anyway, aside from getting their weapons. Though now we're going to do a glitch called Chaos Control Glitch. This is, to put it bluntly, a very broken glitch that allows you to skip entire sections of stages, or even entire levels if necessary. There is a chance to crash the game when you perform this glitch though, so if you're planning on running any percent, be wary of that. And after that, Westopolis is done. First level down.
Once I find all of the emeralds, then I'll find the truth.
So the next stage is Glyphic Canyon Normal, and this stage is the main run killer of the entire category. It's called Glyphic Canyon Warp. Fun fact about this game is that these categories are run on New Game Plus, not only because of the special weapons that you get after unlocking every ending, but also because on a fresh file you cannot skip cutscenes until you've seen them once. So yes, the game pulls a Conker's Bad Fur Day in that sense. So now we're on to Glyphic Canyon, and this stage is what I would call very short and sweet. Even without the warp, it's only about 30 seconds or so, due to Chaos Control Glitch. So after that light dash, we're going to skip the loop right there, and then spin dash to skip the dash pad, because the dash pad is very, very slow. Oh, and hi Knuckles. So this stage makes use of two special weapons, the heal cannon and the egg vacuum. The heal cannon is just used to heal those two gun soldiers back there, and the egg vacuum is used for the rest of the stage. So the egg vacuum just sucks enemies up, not much else, but because of that we can just completely ignore their health bars and just kill them instantly. So this is where Glyphic Canyon Warp is performed. I'm just going to let the trick speak for itself. So Glyphic Canyon Warp is one of the many different variations of a trick called wall run warps. They're called that because you're on the wall for a frame and then you just warp to the end of the stage or a different section of the level or what have you. It's a very difficult trick and it's not very easily replicated. Words cannot describe how difficult this trick is, and I have failed this trick many times, and I found this specific setup for it. So the next stage is Prison Island. Yeah, the same Prison Island from Sonic Adventure 2. This game is a sequel to SA2 and Heroes. So the dark mission of the stage has gone through quite a bit over the years, but we're doing the normal mission, and the normal mission with CCG at that, which is kinda similar to the normal mission glitchless, but also different as well. Also, hi Charmy. So Charmy's mission is to collect all 5 top secret discs, but we're going to be doing the normal mission. And quite a bit of it is just riding along on these air saucers, so you don't take damage every few seconds. So after sliding along on this yellow water with the air saucers, we're going to kill some more enemies and get the egg vacuum again. You're going to be seeing the egg vacuum quite a bit in this run because of how useful it is compared to some other special weapons. So we're going to suck up a bunch of black aliens to get the hero meter up to full so we can get hero shadow. So there are two gauges in this game on the top left and right corner of the screen respectively, the red gauge and the dark gauge. If you do good things, the blue gauge will fill up. If you do bad things, the red gauge will fill up. And fun fact about hero shadow and dark shadow is that when either gauge is full, you not only do you get infinite ammo, but you're also completely invincible for the duration of the effect, as long as the gauges are full. Pretty neat little fact about this game.
I found it.
And if you notice, the goal ring was around the middle of the stage, so we had to cancel CCG instead of letting it run like we did in Westopolis, so we could cancel Chaos Control in general to get to the goal ring. Like, yeah, you can definitely skip the goal ring there if you really felt like it. That's not necessary for the run, though. So the next stage in the run is Sky Troops Normal. So fun fact about Sky Troops, at Summer Games Done Quick 2025, there was actually a new setup found for Sky Troops Warp. We're not going to do that this run. The trick is pretty difficult, even though it's a better setup than the last setup for Sky Troops Warp. So, after this very long section, we're going to get the weapon called the Heal Cannon. We already used the Heal Cannon to heal 2 specific gun soldiers, but now we're going to use it for a completely unique purpose. So in Shadow the Hedgehog, there's a very situational trick called Death Loop. So what you do is that you kill a specific enemy, heal them using the heal cannon, and kill them again so you can accumulate more hero points that way. And you basically do that until you get Chaos Control. So after reviving and killing that golem over and over and over again, we're going to use Chaos Control Glitch again. If this were the old setup for the warp, we would stop and do the warp, but we're not going to do that. We're going to just continue on, just breezing through the stage using CCG until we stop around the end, like right near the goal ring. So this is probably the longest CCG segment in the entire run, and just like before on any other CCG segment, the game can crash when you cancel it. There is a chance. So after you're forced to stop and cancel CCG, you just jump over and use Chaos Control to skip this very slow flight section, because flight sections are slow and you can skip over them. So we're getting close to the end of the stage here. So after going through this little cave and getting off the balloon and light dashing, you get to the goal ring, and that's Sky Troops Normal. Another straightforward stage. So after Sky Troops Normal is going to be Iron Jungle Hero, which is a pretty straightforward stage. This is where, lore-wise, the game gets kind of weird. So basically, Shadow meets robot copies of himself, Shadow androids, and then he starts to question, like, am I an android too? This game does get kind of weird sometimes with its lore, in a good way. All of these endings are non-canon, by the way, aside from the last story. And this whole game tends to be a confusing mess sometimes, story-wise. There are 326 possible pathways, and they're all non-canon. So here we have Omega, and Omega's mission and the hero mission of Iron Jungle is to destroy the egg balloon. And we're going to do that using probably the most powerful weapon in the entire game, the Shadow Rifle. The Shadow Rifle is unlocked after beating the last story, and it's meant to be a very overpowered weapon. It's designed to basically kill almost every enemy in a single hit, and it makes very quick work of every mission that requires you to kill any vehicles, and the egg balloon is no different. You just kill it in a very low amount of bullets and you're good to go. So that's Iron Jungle Hero, a very straightforward mission in general. Next is a bit of a masher, let's say. So now we're coming up on a very short boss called Egg Breaker, the neutral version of Egg Breaker, and on average it's about 6 seconds or so of just mashing the B button. I am not joking. Yeah, you just go up to the turret and start mashing, nothing else, and he's dead. That's how you kill him. So after that rather straightforward boss, we have the spawn of many memes surrounding this game, Cosmic Fall Hero, where the gist of the mission is to find the computer room. I am not joking. The sheer amount of memes that have spawned from that line alone are immense. So fun fact about another category in this game, there's a separate section of categories in Shadow called All Endings, where you'd start the game with a fresh file, and because of the fact that you can't skip cutscenes until you've seen them once, you have to watch every single cutscene. And these 3 cutscenes are a very good chance to just get up and stretch or do whatever. So here we have Cosmic Fall Hero, the source of many memes, and fun fact about this level, it has a 15-minute time limit. That's honestly pretty generous with how fast you can go in this game. So here we have this long pulley section, and at the end of it there's going to be an audio cue, or at least I use an audio cue, where you jump and homing attack, and there's an invisible platform that you can use to skip a solid 20-second or so chunk of the level. So the weapon I just grabbed there is the satellite laser, and it's a special weapon that you can unlock, and there isn't really much use for it aside from hitting the switch behind a key door in this mission. So in every level in the game there's a set of 5 keys that you can use to open a specific door in every level. Some secrets are useful than others, but this one just has a switch behind the key door, and you can skip the very slow key door opening animation by using the satellite laser. Also, hi Vector. So after going up with this pulley, there's a Chaos Control Orb that you can use to automatically fill up your hero gauge. And this is the last time you will see Chaos Control glitch used in this run. It's a very short CCG section 2 compared to others. While CCG is not frame perfect, it can be activated within a few frames, usually, but it's not a very difficult trick to pull off, and it can also depend on how well the game is running, because the game does try to run at a consistent 60 frames per second, but it does not run at a consistent 60 frames. Like, there are times where it does drop to around 45 or something. So after triggering that switch, there are a bunch of light dashes we need to do. That's the main reason why we trigger that switch is without that switch, even if you can get to the section where the computer room is, it's a lot slower and a lot more tedious to get to the computer room without the light dashes. And after these light dashes, there are a few balloons we need to ride. Well, not so much ride, just ride for a moment and then just immediately jump off of them. And after we do all that, we have found the computer room. We have found the meme. So the final boss of the hero story can be a testament to how RNG this game can be sometimes, or at least the bosses. This boss is called Black Doom, and you can lose a lot of time depending on how good your luck is. With Black Doom, there are 3 attacks that he can do. One of them, the meteors, you lose a lot of time, and the other 2, the boomerang attack and the fire attack, you can kill him in a decent amount of time if he gets those. So yeah, it's a bit RNG dependent, but if you get either of those attacks and your positioning is right, he's dead. So that is Hero Any Percent for Shadow the Hedgehog. For those of you wanting to speedrun the game, there is a dedicated Discord server for Shadow the Hedgehog speedrunning. The community is very helpful for beginners, and we're a pretty small community, but we're pretty tight-knit, I'd say. I am JackOSR, and that was my submission for this category. Thanks for watching, and catch you guys later.
Finally, I've got all the Chaos Emeralds.
Shadow, this isn't over yet. The Black Arms will rise again.
I am Shadow the Hedgehog, a research experiment gone deadly wrong. I've caused so much destruction. I should never have been created. This is who I am.
Hey, don't go there! Yet, things may not be what they seem. You could be